Thanks for watching this video. Please subscribe to our channel, leave your like, and leave your comments. Exodus 25. 1. Then the Lord spoke to Moses, saying, 2. Speak to the children of Israel, that they bring me a heave offering, from every man whose heart is moved willingly, from him you shall take my heave offering. 3. And this is the heave offering which ye shall receive from them, gold, and silver, and copper. 4. And blue, and purple, and scarlet, and fine linen, and goat's hair. 5. And ram's skins dyed red, and badger's skins, and acacia wood. 6. Oil for the light, spices for the anointing oil, and spices for the incense. 7. Onyx stones, and stones to be set for the ephod and for the breastplate. 8. And they will make me a sanctuary, and I will dwell among them. 9. According to all that I show you for a model of the tabernacle, and for a model of all its belongings, even so shall you do it. 10. They will also make an ark of acacia wood, its length shall be 2 cubits and a half, and its width a cubit and a half, and its height a cubit and a half. 11. And he shall overlay it with pure gold, inside and out you will cover it, and thou shalt make a crown of gold upon it round about. 12. And thou shalt cast 4 gold rings for it, and put them on the 4 corners of it, 2 rings on one side of it, and 2 rings on the other side. 13. And you shall make poles of acacia wood, and shall overlay them with gold. 14. And you shall put the poles into the rings on the sides of the ark, to carry the ark with them. 15. The poles will be in the rings of the ark, they will not be taken out of it. 16. Then you shall put the testimony that I will give you in the ark. 17. Thou shalt also make a mercy seat of pure gold, its length shall be 2 cubits and a half, and its width a cubit and a half. 18. Thou shalt also make 2 cherubim of gold, you shall make them of hammered gold, on the 2 ends of the mercy seat. 19. Thou shalt make 1 cherub at the end of one part, and the other cherub at the end of the other part, of one piece with the mercy seat, you shall make the cherubim at the 2 ends of it. 20. The cherubim will spread their wings above, covering the mercy seat with them, their faces one opposite the other, the faces of the cherubim will be toward the mercy seat. 21. And thou shalt put the mercy seat upon the ark, after thou hast put in the ark the testimony which I will give thee. 22. And I will meet with you there, and I will speak with you from above the mercy seat, from between the 2 cherubim, which are on the ark of the testimony, all that I will command you for the children of Israel. 23. Thou shalt also make a table of acacia wood, its length shall be 2 cubits, and its width a cubit, and its height a cubit and a half. 24. And thou shalt overlay it with pure gold, thou shalt also make him a crown of gold round about. 25. You shall also make a border around it, the breadth of 4 fingers wide, and make a crown of gold around the border. 26. And thou shalt make 4 rings of gold for it, and you shall put the rings on the 4 corners, which are on its 4 feet. 27. Opposite the frame will be the rings, as places for the poles, to carry the table. 28. And thou shalt make these poles of acacia wood, and overlay them with gold, and the table will be taken with them. 29. And thou shalt make their dishes, and their spoons, and their coverings, and their bowls, wherewith to offer drink offerings, of pure gold shalt thou make them. 30. And thou shalt set the showbread before my face perpetually upon the table. 31. Thou shalt also make a lampstand of pure gold, this lampstand shall be made of beaten gold, its stem, its stems, its cups, its buds, and its flowers will be the same. 32. And from its sides will come out 6 rods, 3 branches of the lampstand on one side of it, and 3 branches on the other side of it. 33. On a stem there will be 3 cups shaped like almonds, a bud and a flower, and 3 cups shaped like almonds on the other stem, a bud and a flower, so are the 6 branches that come out of the lampstand. 34. but on the lampstand itself there will be 4 cups like almonds, with their buds and flowers. 35. And a bud under 2 stalks coming out of it, and yet a bud under 2 other stems that come out of it, and yet a bud under 2 other stems that come out of it, so shall it be done with the 6 branches that come out of the lampstand. 36. Its buds and stems will be the same, everything will be in one piece, a work beaten out of pure gold. 37. You shall also make 7 lamps for it, which shall light up to give light in front of it. 38. Its snuffers and its erasers will be pure gold. 39. Of a talent of pure gold shalt thou make them, with all these vessels. 40. See to it that you make him according to his model, which was shown to you on the mountain. Exodus 26. 1. And thou shalt make the tabernacle of 10 curtains of fine twined linen, and blue, and purple, and scarlet, with cherubim thou shalt make them with cunning workmanship. 2. The length of 1 curtain shall be 28 cubits, and the width of 1 curtain 4 cubits, all these curtains shall be of 1 measure. 3. 5 curtains will entwine each other, and the other 5 curtains will be linked together. 4. And thou shalt make loops of blue upon the edge of a curtain, at the end, and at the seam, likewise shalt thou do on the edge of the end of the other curtain, at the second seam. 5. 50 loops you shall make on 1 curtain, and another 50 loops you shall make on the end of the curtain that is at the second seam, the loops will be attached to each other. 6. You shall also make 50 clasps of gold, and with these clasps you shall join the curtains one to the other, and it shall be a tabernacle. 7. You shall also make curtains of goat's hair to serve as a tent over the tabernacle, 11 curtains shalt thou make. 8. The length of 1 curtain shall be 30 cubits, and the width of the curtain 4 cubits, these 11 curtains shall be of the same measure. 9. And thou shalt join 5 of these curtains by themselves, and the other 6 curtains also by themselves, and you shall fold the 6th curtain in front of the tent. 10. And you shall make 50 loops on the edge of 1 curtain at the end at the seam, and another 50 loops on the edge of the other curtain at the second seam. 11. You shall also make 50 clasps of copper, and put the clasps into the loops, and thus shall you join the tent together, that it may be one. 12. And the part that remains of the curtains of the tent, that is, the half of the curtain that remains, shall hang over the back of the tabernacle. 13. And a cubit on one side, and a cubit on the other, which shall exceed the length of the curtains of the tent, shall hang over the sides of the tabernacle on this side and on that side, to cover it. 14. You shall also make a covering for the tent of ram skins dyed red, and a covering of badger skins on top. 15. You shall also make the boards for the tabernacle of acacia wood, which shall be placed vertically. 16. The length of 1 board shall be 10 cubits, and the width of each board shall be 1.5 cubits. 17. 2 grooves will have each plank, locked together, so shalt thou do with all the boards of the tabernacle. 18. And you shall make the boards for the tabernacle like this, 20 boards for the south side. 19. You shall also make 40 sockets of silver under the 20 boards, 2 sockets under 1 board for its 2 tenons, and 2 sockets under another board for its 2 tenons. 20. There will also be 20 boards on the other side of the tabernacle, toward the north side. 21. With their 40 sockets of silver, 2 sockets under 1 board, and 2 sockets under another board. 22. And on the west side of the tabernacle you shall make 6 boards. 23. You shall also make 2 boards for the corners of the tabernacle on each side. 24. And under it they will be gathered together, and also on top of it they will be gathered together in a ring. This will be done with the 2 tables, both shall be for boards for the 2 corners. 25. So shall the 8 boards and their sockets of silver be, 16 sockets, 2 sockets under 1 board, and 2 sockets under the other board. 26. You shall also make 5 bars of acacia wood for the boards on one side of the tabernacle. 27. And 5 bars for the boards on the other side of the tabernacle, and also 5 bars for the boards on the other side of the tabernacle, on both sides toward the west. 28. And the center bar will be in the middle of the boards, running from one end to the other. 29. And thou shalt overlay the boards with gold, and make their rings of gold, to pass the bars through them, also the crossbars shall you overlay them with gold. 30. Then thou shalt set up the tabernacle according to the pattern which was shown thee on the mount. 31. Then thou shalt make a veil of blue, and purple, and scarlet, and fine twined linen, with masterpiece cherubim it shall be done. 32. And thou shalt place it upon 4 pillars of acacia wood overlaid with gold, its clasps shall be of gold, on 4 sockets of silver. 33. Thou shalt hang the veil under the clasps, and put the ark of the testimony there within the veil, and this veil will separate you between the sanctuary and the most holy place. 34. And you shall put the mercy seat cover over the ark of the testimony in the most holy place. 35. And thou shalt set the table outside the veil, and the lampstand in front of the table, on the side of the tabernacle, toward the south, but thou shalt set the table on the north side. 36. And thou shalt make a curtain for the door of the tent, of blue, and purple, and scarlet, and fine twined linen, the work of an embroiderer. 37. And thou shalt make 5 pillars of acacia wood for this curtain, and overlay them with gold, their clasps shall be of gold, and 5 sockets of copper shall be cast for it. Exodus 27. 1. Thou shalt also make the altar of acacia wood, 5 cubits shall be its length, and 5 cubits its breadth, the altar shall be square, and its height 3 cubits. 2. And thou shalt make its points at its 4 corners, its horns shall be of the same, and you shall overlay it with copper. 3. And thou shalt make his vessels to receive his ashes, and his shovels, and his basins, and his forks, and his fire pans, all its utensils shalt thou make of copper. 4. You shall also make a net-shaped copper sieve for it, and make 4 metal rings for the net at its 4 corners. 5. And you shall put them inside the edge of the altar downwards, so that the net reaches to the middle of the altar. 6. You shall also make poles for the altar, poles of acacia wood, and overlay them with copper. 7. And the poles will be put in the rings, so that the poles will be on both sides of the altar when it is carried. 8. Hollow and boards shalt thou make it, as it was shown to you on the mountain, so shall they be. 9. You shall also make the court of the tabernacle on the south side facing south, the courtyard will be curtained with fine twisted linen, the length of each side shall be 100 cubits. 10. Also its 20 pillars and its 20 sockets shall be of copper, the clasps for the pillars and their bands shall be of silver. 11. So also for the north side the hanging shall be 100 cubits in length, and its 20 pillars and its 20 sockets shall be of brass, the hooks for the pillars and their bands shall be of silver. 12. And in the breadth of the court on the west side there shall be hangings 50 cubits, its pillars 10, and its sockets 10. 13. Likewise, the width of the courtyard eastward toward the east shall be 50 cubits. 14. So that there are 15 cubits of curtains on one side, its pillars 3, and its bases 3. 15. And 15 cubits of curtains on the other side, its pillars 3, and its sockets 3. 16. And at the gate of the court there shall be a curtain 20 cubits long, of blue, and purple, and scarlet, and fine twined linen, the work of an embroiderer, its pillars 4, and its bases 4. 17. All the pillars of the surrounding court shall be girded with bands of silver, its clasps shall be of silver, but its sockets of copper. 18. The length of the courtyard shall be 100 cubits, and the width of each side 50 cubits, and the height 5 cubits. The curtain shall be of fine twined linen, but its sockets shall be copper. 19. As regards all the vessels of the tabernacle and all its service, even all its nails, and all the nails of the courtyard, they shall be of copper. 20. And thou shalt command the children of Israel, that they bring thee pure olive oil, beaten, for the lamp, to make the lamps burn continually. 21. In the tent of meeting, outside the veil that is before the testimony, Aaron and his sons shall set them in order from evening until morning before the Lord. This shall be a perpetual statute for the children of Israel throughout their generations. Exodus 28. 1. Then shalt thou bring thy brother Aaron, and his sons with him, near thee from among the children of Israel, to minister to me in the priest's office, namely, Aaron, Nadab, and Abihu, Eleazar, and Ithamar, the sons of Aaron. 2. And thou shalt make holy garments for Aaron thy brother, for glory and for beauty. 3. You shall also speak to all who are wise in heart, whom I have filled with the spirit of wisdom, that they make Aaron garments to sanctify him, to administer to me the priestly office. 4. And these are the garments which they shall make, a breastplate, and an ephod, and a robe, and an embroidered tunic, a mitre, and a sash. They shall make holy garments for Aaron your brother and for his sons, to minister to me in the priest's office. 5. And they shall take the gold, and the blue, and the purple, and the scarlet, and the fine linen. 6. And they shall make the ephod of gold, and blue, and purple, and scarlet, and fine twined linen, with cunning workmanship. 7. It will have 2 shoulder pieces, which will be joined to its 2 ends, and thus it will be united. 8. And the cunning girdle of his ephod, which shall be upon him, shall be of his own workmanship, gold, and blue, and purple, and scarlet, and fine twined linen. 9. And thou shalt take 2 onyx stones, and engrave upon them the names of the children of Israel. 10. 6 of their names on one stone, and the other 6 names on the other stone, according to their generations. 11. As the work of a lapidary, as the work of seals, you shall engrave these 2 stones, with the names of the children of Israel, set around in gold you will make them. 12. And you shall put the 2 stones on the shoulder pieces of the ephod, as memorial stones for the children of Israel, and Aaron shall bear their names upon both his shoulders, for a memorial before the Lord. 13. Thou shalt also make settings of gold. 14. And 2 little chains of pure gold, of equal measure, the work of a spinneret shalt thou make them, and the little chains of spinneret thou shalt set in the settings. 15. And thou shalt make the breastplate of judgment with cunning work, after the work of the ephod thou shalt make it, of gold, of blue, and purple, and scarlet, and fine twined linen shalt thou make it. 16. Square and double, its length shall be a span and its width a span. 17. And thou shalt fill it with stones to be set with 4 rows of stones, the order of a sardius, a topaz, and a carbuncle. This will be the first order. 18. And the second row shall be an emerald, a sapphire, and a diamond. 19. And the third row shall be a jacinth, an agate, and an amethyst. 20. And the fourth row shall be a beryl, and an onyx, and a jasper, set in gold shall they be in their settings. 21. And those stones shall be according to the names of the children of Israel, 12 according to their names. They will be carved like seals, each with its name, for the 12 tribes. 22. Thou shalt also make for the breastplate little chains of equal measure, woven work of pure gold. 23. You shall also make 2 rings of gold for the breastplate, and put the 2 rings on the ends of the breastplate. 24. And thou shalt put the 2 chains of gold thread into the 2 rings at the ends of the breastpiece. 25. And the 2 ends of the 2 chains of spinneret thou shalt put into the 2 settings, and thou shalt put them on the shoulder pieces of the ephod, in front of it. 26. And thou shalt make 2 rings of gold, and put them on the 2 ends of the breastpiece, on the edge thereof that is by the inside of the ephod. 27. And thou shalt make 2 rings of gold, and put them on the 2 shoulder pieces of the ephod, below, in front of it, near its seam, on the cunning girdle of the ephod. 28. And they shall bind the breastplate with its rings to the rings of the ephod from above with a cord of blue, so that it may rest upon the girdle of the ephod's intricate workmanship, and the breastpiece of the ephod shall never be separated. 29. So Aaron shall bear the names of the children of Israel in the breastplate of judgment upon his heart, when he enters the sanctuary, for a memorial before the Lord continually. 30. And thou shalt put the Urim and Thummim in the breastplate of judgment, that they may be upon Aaron's heart, when he goeth in before the Lord, and Aaron shall bear the judgment of the children of Israel upon his heart before the Lord continually. 31. Thou shalt also make the robe of the ephod, all in blue. 32. And the opening of the head will be in the middle of it. This opening will have a border of woven work around it, how the opening of the chainmail will be, so that it does not break. 33. And at its edges thou shalt make pomegranates of blue, and purple, and scarlet, round about its edges, and golden bells in the midst of them all around. 34. A golden bell, and a pomegranate, another golden bell, and another pomegranate, shall be on the borders of the robe all around. 35. And it shall be upon Aaron when he ministers, that his sound may be heard, when he goes into the sanctuary before the Lord, and when he goes out, lest he die. 36. And thou shalt make a plate of pure gold, and engrave upon it like the engravings of seals, holiness to the Lord. 37. And thou shalt tie it with a cord of blue, so that it shall be in the mitre, in front of the mitre it shall be. 38. And it shall be upon Aaron's forehead, that Aaron may bear the iniquity of the holy things, which the children of Israel sanctify in all their holy offerings, and it shall continually be on his forehead, that they may have acceptance with the Lord. 39. Thou shalt also make a tunic of fine linen, thou shalt also make a mitre of fine linen, but the girdle you shall make with the work of an embroiderer. 40. You shall also make tunics for the sons of Aaron, and make girdles for them, thou shalt also make tiaras for them, for glory and ornament. 41. And thou shalt put them upon Aaron thy brother, and also his sons, and thou shalt anoint them, and consecrate them, and sanctify them, that they may minister unto me in the priest's office. 42. Also make linen shorts for them to cover their naked flesh, they will go from the loins to the thighs. 43. And they shall be upon Aaron and upon his sons, when they go into the tent of meeting, or when they come to the altar to minister in the sanctuary, lest they bear iniquity and die. This shall be a perpetual statute for him and his descendants after him. Thanks for watching this video. Please subscribe to our channel, leave your like, and leave your comments.